Hey, good morning. It's Rise and Shine again from Suttons Bay, Michigan. And I am so excited just to touch base with you about what we learned yesterday at the golf outing and how that applies to Mary Kay. Okay, it's early. It's early. We got an early tee off this morning. And first of all, let me just paint the picture of what yesterday was like. So there's over 150 golfers. It's one of the toughest courses in Michigan at the Bear in Traverse City. And last week, I think I mentioned yesterday, Jeff, my nephew, had a really, really great week of golf. Came in second place at a big tournament. And so he came into this week pretty confident, pretty excited. His golf game's like in a really good place. And he started amazing. He actually, let's just get to the end. He had a really good day yesterday, but there were some things along the way that didn't go as planned. As is what it's like in life, right? And so there was one really big thing I wanted to share with you today that I think is helpful in our Mary Kay business. So let me just paint the picture again. So the first three holes, he bogeys every hole. What that means is he didn't do par. He got one less than par on every hole. So by the fourth hole, he's three under par and he's like, this is amazing. And then he got to the fifth hole and it was tricky. Some things happened and then he just kept on going. He readjusted. He went to the next hole and the next hole. He ended up at the end of the day, three over par. And so we were eating supper, not with Jeff, but with his dad and his uncle and my husband. And he was off at the practice range, and it was late in the day. He had had almost a 5-hour day of golf and a lot of walking, a lot of energy expended in all of that. And yet he went immediately after he was done and he didn't have the score he wanted and he went and practiced. There was so much to learn from that. And then when he was done practicing, he stopped by our table as we were eating and we had a little conversation. And that was super helpful to me. And that's kind of the basis of what I'm going to talk to you about. But here's the thing is he could have, after every single hole, he could have gotten increasingly upset and frustrated and given up, or he could readjust for the next time he had to hit that ball and keep moving forward and keep adjusting. And I've seen him play in the past where he got in his head and one thing went bad, and then the next hole, something else went bad, and he just stayed in that really bad mental headset or mindset. So here's the thing, you guys. We have the opportunity every single day to choose to stay in our heads. Hey, Sue, good morning. You're up early. Um, yeah, so we can bounce back immediately or give ourselves a minute to have a pity party, or maybe we could have a 15-minute pity party. Or we can bounce back in a couple of days or a couple of weeks or a couple of months. And I've seen it happen in myself and in other consultants that we have one thing that goes wrong or one disappointment or one frustration or one party or one person says something weird to us and we're like in the dumps forever or we just quit. And so I just want to encourage you today in your Mary Kay business. If something has gone funky, maybe you had a party that didn't turn out like you wanted it to, bounce back and do it again. Go practice and get back in the field. Maybe you've made 20 booking calls or texts and nobody's responding. Okay, well, let's evaluate. Let's go practice. Let's think about what happened. Was it what I said? Was it the people? Was it the wrong target market? Did I not, have an enthusiastic voice? So that was what was so impressive to me when Jeff came back to talk to us is he said, okay, on hole number 5, this happened. My chip shot wasn't really great. So I needed to go practice my chip shot before tomorrow. And then the next one was, you know what, this happened. And so I've got to think about this. And you know what? I just had a little bit too much force, and maybe it was just a little bit too much adrenaline. And I'm like, wow, he was thinking through every little piece of his game so he can adjust it today. I can't wait tomorrow to share with you what today looks like. Um, so I just want to encourage you guys, really think about your bounce back ability. We don't have time in the next 16 days to get stuck. Can I please ask you, don't get stuck? And I say this to me too. We only have time to have a pity party or a little frustration like Jeff for maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And then we have to shake it off. I'd shake it off, but I've got a bunch of people probably in their condos watching me. Shake it off and get back out there and try again. Talk to me. Let's find out what maybe went wrong. Or maybe it's not you at all. Maybe you did everything perfect and it just didn't happen. Like that happens too. And Jeff actually had a couple of, he goes, I had the perfect shot and it didn't land where I wanted it to. Or I thought that was amazing and it didn't quite happen how he thought it was going to. And that's okay too. So I hope this is super helpful to you guys to really think about your bounce back ability in your Mary Kay business because it's going to happen every single day that you're going to need to think about, okay, what happens next? And when you have a win, remember the next time you do the exact same thing, it might not be a win. And it's okay. It's okay. Get back in the field, do it again, keep going. And I can tell you, after watching Jeff golf for all of these many years, I loved watching his attitude and his adaptability. And it's a skill he's learned over years. So be patient with yourself, you guys, because this is not something, this mindset, the head games that we have to play with ourselves is a learned skill, and we can be honing this until we go to heaven. Okay? So, grace to you. Give yourself lots of grace, lots of grit, right? That's the name of our unit. Let's go have some grit today, have some grace for ourselves, and let's bounce back like we've never bounced back before. Okay, have a fantastic day.